You know how sometimes it feels like a whole month of news gets crammed into one week? Well, yesterday felt like an entire year of tech just completely exploded in a single 24-hour period. And we're going to try and make some sense of it all.
I mean, really, what if every single major trend, we're talking mind-bending innovation, huge corporate shakeups, global regulations, what if they all just slammed into the calendar on the exact same day?
Because, well, that's pretty much what happened. And to get our heads around that, you have to understand these two giant opposing forces that were at play. On one side, you've got this pure pedal-to-the-metal acceleration, and on the other, a massive correction that's slamming on the brakes. All right, let's get into it. So first up, acceleration. And right now, that word really only means one thing: the absolutely blistering, almost unbelievable speed of the global AI arms race. So out of nowhere yesterday, China's moonshot AI just dropped a bomb. It's called Kimi K2.5. And listen, this is not just another model. It's open source, it's multimodal, so it gets text, images, the whole deal, and it's agentic. Now that's the word to pay attention to. It means this AI can actually do things, complete tasks on its own, not just spit out answers. And they're not being shy, claiming it's better than the top Western models. That puts a ton of pressure on everyone else.
And just to give you an idea of the sheer scale we're dealing with, the new Kimi model is rumored to have 1 trillion parameters. Think of parameters as the little dials and switches the AI uses to learn. A year ago, a number that big would have sounded like pure science fiction. Today, it's here.
Of course, all this incredible software needs some serious hardware to run on. And we got that too. Microsoft just pulled the curtain back on its new Maya 200 AI chip. Intel and AMD also announced their next-gen processors. But here's the crazy part. The demand is so insane that prices for older DDR4 memory are actually going up faster than for the brand new DDR5. Why? Simple supply and demand. That's how fast this fire is spreading.
But all this incredible power, it's got a flip side. This same acceleration in AI is also fueling a massive spike in security threats. It's kind of like whiplash, right? The very speed we're so excited about is also creating enormous risk. And that brings us to the other side of this story.
So let's talk about that second huge force from yesterday, the correction. This is the part where all the futuristic hype runs headfirst into the cold, hard wall of market reality, user trust, and, actual business strategy.
And Exhibit A in our reality check comes from Amazon. They're shutting down all of their cashierless Amazon Go stores. That whole futuristic dream of just walking in, grabbing stuff, and walking out, it's being put on ice. Instead, they're correcting course and just doubling down on what they know works: Whole Foods and their delivery service. It's a huge admission that maybe the hype got a little ahead of itself.
The pressure is also cranking up on social media. Meta is now facing this massive lawsuit that claims it can get into your private WhatsApp messages even though they promise end-to-end encryption. Their possible solution? They're testing out paid, ad-free subscriptions. Meanwhile, TikTok is just stumbling through this whole US ownership mess, causing outages and getting a ton of backlash from users over censorship. For both of them, trust is wearing thin, and they're being forced to rethink everything. And this volatility, it's not just in one corner of the tech world. The gaming industry, which is usually this beacon of fun and innovation, is getting hit with a heavy dose of reality too. We're seeing layoffs everywhere, huge player backlash against big new releases like Highguard, and tons of project delays. It feels like the boom times are running into some serious growing pains.
And, if the market itself wasn't enough of a correction, there's another major player stepping onto the field in a huge way: the government. The regulators are done just watching from the sidelines.
The European Union in particular is leading the charge here. Just in the last day, the EU launched a probe into AI content moderation and another one into those WhatsApp privacy claims. They also told Google that it has to give other AIs the same access as its own Gemini AI. And then on the world stage, India and the EU just finalized a massive free trade deal that is going to completely change the tech landscape. The rulebook is literally being rewritten as we speak.
So, you have this unbelievable acceleration crashing head-on with this powerful correction. What does this giant collision actually mean for everyone involved? And, more importantly, what does it mean for you?
So who wins and who loses in all this? Well, AI developers and big companies are definitely winners. They're getting all these powerful new tools. But social media and the gaming world, they are absolutely feeling the negative heat. And for us, the consumers, we're kind of caught right in the middle. trying to figure out privacy concerns, weird corporate changes, and what feels like a very uncertain future.
Oh, and just to prove how completely unpredictable everything is, in the middle of all this future shock chaos, Apple quietly pushed out a software update for the iPhone 5S, a phone that is 13 years old. I mean, you really can't make this stuff up.
So, look, the crucial point is this. It really all boils down to three simple things. 1. AI is moving faster than we ever thought possible. 2. A huge correction from the market, from regulators, is pushing back hard. And 3. The tension between those two is what's reshaping our world right now, creating this super volatile environment with some very clear winners and losers.
And that leaves us with one final gigantic question. We know the innovation isn't going to slow down, but the risks, the corrections, the consequences, they're speeding up right alongside it. It really makes you wonder, are any of us actually ready for what's coming next?
Visit newsbite.tech for more tech news and bites.